Boker Tov, good morning. Today is Friday, October 21st, Erev Shabbat, Parshat Breishit. We find ourselves returning to essential questions and essential thoughts. One of them has to do with the nature of conflict. As we look at the story of Cain and Hevel, these two brothers who end up in a fight with each other, certainly um, which is precipitated and driven by Cain. Says the Midrash, asking the question, what happened when it was that Cain, Vayomer Cain el Hevel, Cain said to Hevel, Vayibet yotam basadeh, and it was when they were in the field that he arose against him and he killed him. So we're left with the interesting question: what did Cain say to Hevel? What did Cain say to Abel? Because it's not quoted. Says the Midrash Rabbah, Alma hayu medayanim, what were they disputing about and discussing? Amru, bo v'nachaloket ha'olam, they said, let's come and divide up the world. It's just the two of them, right? Or at least their parents and then the two of them. We'll divide it up. Echanatal hakarkaot ve'echanatal ha'metaltalin. One of them took the ground, the proper real estate, and the other took movables. And then they would say to each other, you're wearing my clothes and you're standing in my land. Get off, and that led to a battle. Second opinion. Rishua de Sifton said in the name of Rabbi Levi, that's not what it was about fighting over property and possessions. What were they fighting about? Rather, each was fighting for the right to be the place of the future temple, and that's the second opinion. The third opinion, Yehuda ben Bar Ami Amar Al Chaba Harishana Hayu Medainim. They were fighting over Eve, which means that they were fighting over the possibility they would have incest with their mother in order to have children. So what do you have here? It's how do you look at these three things together? And I believe it was, I have to pull out her book again, but I believe it's Nechama Leibovich who framed these very clearly for us. And if I'm wrong, then it's an idea I learned from somebody else. Namely, we have here in this midrash the depiction of what it is that people come to mortal battle about, to rise up against another, to kill them. One is that it can happen over jealousies, and perhaps over a woman. That's individuals, can be that way. Another is about religious wars, fighting over religion, which we are certainly familiar with. It's person to person, and then nation to nation. And the last is about territory and property. Territory and property. We're seeing that, experiencing that sadly right now as Russia has laid claim to its greater empire and is continuously attempting to take as much territory as it possibly can in Ukraine, having just declared martial law in these four regions that they had just a week ago declared as their territory. So what you have here is a picture of what it is that brings people to battle, and if we could just figure out how to approach these issues differently, then they would not recur. We haven't yet figured that out. The Torah is telling you it's been around since the very beginning of time, and someday, please figure it out. That's the message and the call that comes from the story of Cain and Hevel, of Cain who killed Abel. Wishing you a happier Shabbat than that last message I left you with, one of peace and accord, not discord. Shabbat Shalom.